Welcome to the online public involvement meeting for the upcoming projects at the Hudson and Menomonie Safety and Weight Enforcement Facilities, also referred to as SWEFs, along Interstate 94 in St. Croix and Dunn counties. My name is Joshua Melby and I work for KL Engineering, which has been contracted by the department to assist with the design of these improvements. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the reconstruction of the existing Hudson SWEF site and the rehabilitation of the existing Menomonie SWEF site, along with gathering public feedback. If you have any questions or concerns after viewing this presentation, we ask that you use the contact information at the end of this presentation to let us know. There also is a comment form on the project website that you can print and mail or email if that is your preferred method of communication to offer feedback. The Hudson SWEF project is located between mile markers 7 and 8 along eastbound Interstate 94 in St. Croix County between Hudson and Baldwin. The Menomonie SWEF project is located between mile marker 48 and 49 along westbound Interstate 94 in Dunn County between Menomonie and Eau Claire. One question that we often receive from the public is, what purpose do these SWEF sites serve? There are three primary objectives that these facilities offer. The first is to ensure safe commercial motor vehicle operation. A couple of the photos at the bottom of the slide show examples of some of the major safety issues inspectors have encountered while performing CMV inspections. The second objective is to confirm both the operator and carrier are complying with necessary laws and regulations. This ranges from checking to see if the vehicles have up-to-date registration and insurance, reviewing operators' logbooks to ensure that they are getting the proper amount of rest, and watching shipments for illegal substances. Lastly, they monitor the overall weight and weight distribution of vehicles' loads in order to protect the state's roadways and bridges. It is currently estimated that overweight or improperly loaded vehicles cause approximately $35 million in damage each year to Wisconsin roadways, so it is important that the Wisconsin State Patrol be able to continue efforts to reduce the damage to the state's infrastructure. If you are interested in learning more about this important WisDOT program, please take a moment to watch the SWEF inspection video linked to this project's website. The aim of the Hudson SWEF project is to replace the deteriorating facilities and infrastructure. The Hudson SWEF was constructed in 1993 and has reached the end of its useful life. The existing site lacks sufficient storage for inspectors' equipment and has a crowded building in addition to having poor sight lines to the adjacent interstate. The existing facilities equipment, such as sight lighting, water well, stag scale, and weigh and motion system, also is outdated and in need of replacement. The project will also improve the site efficiency for CMV operations. The current site requires commercial motor vehicles to weave and loop their way through the entire site in order to be inspected before exiting the SWEF and continuing with their trip. The proposed site will allow Wisconsin State Patrol to determine, while the vehicle is on the static scale, whether they will pull the vehicle around into the site for a detailed inspection or allow it to return onto Interstate 94. In addition, the existing static scale is a single-deck scale, which requires 3 separate weighing operations to determine the overall weight of a commercial motor vehicle. The new static scale will be a triple-deck scale, allowing the Wisconsin State Patrol to weigh a typical truck in one operation, saving time for both the State Patrol and the CMV industry. Lastly, the project will improve the safety and work conditions for the Wisconsin State Patrol inspectors. Today, inspections take place in the outdoor parking lot during all times of the year and in a variety of weather conditions, as you can see in the right 2 photos. The new building will provide dual indoor garage bays where commercial vehicles will be parked to perform a vehicle inspection. The inspection bays also will have underground pits, as can be seen in the left 2 pictures. These conditions will allow for more efficient and safer inspections by giving inspectors better physical and visual access to commercial motor vehicles. The Hudson SWEF improvements will include a completely reconstructed site, including a new modern-day SWEF building, parking lots and ramp/loop roadways, and an automated truck traffic monitoring system along eastbound I-94. The new site layout will also provide additional commercial motor vehicle parking and the option to expand further in the future as the demand for truck parking continues to grow. The new modern Hudson SWEF building will include spaces for both Wisconsin State Patrol operations and inspections. The operations space will include a location for observing the static scale in the adjacent I-94 roadway, driver contact area with counter, office spaces and conference rooms for troopers and inspectors, various storage functions, and a public lobby with access to public bathrooms. The inspection space will consist of 2 garage bays with underground inspection pits. The Hudson SWEF project will include an automated truck traffic monitoring system consisting of various roadside cameras along with many sensors and scales embedded in the roadway pavement. The scales will be located along eastbound Interstate 94 as well as the ramp entrance into the SWEF while utilizing weigh-in-motion or WIM technology. The weigh-in-motion technology allows a commercial motor vehicle to be weighed and combined with a credential screening while the vehicle is in motion in advance of the SWEF. This system creates an efficiency in helping determine which vehicles warrant a further detailed vehicle inspection and which vehicles are okay to bypass the SWEF, saving both the Wisconsin State Patrol and the CMV driver time and money. The project also is going to install a virtual weigh station to allow the Wisconsin State Patrol to remotely monitor CMV traffic along the Wisconsin 65 and US Highway 12 bypass route, sometimes used by CMV drivers to avoid the Hudson SWEF. The virtual weigh station will consist of roadside cameras and pavement sensors and scales to detect and monitor CMV traffic traveling along US 12 east of Sono Junction. In the event a CMV vehicle along the US 12 bypass route is detected that warrants a further detailed inspection, a remote pull-off site will be constructed and located along Wisconsin 65 south of Roberts for the Wisconsin State Patrol to utilize. Moving on to the Menomonie SWEF project, the first need is to renovate the existing building and increase the storage capacity. The current outdated building, built in 1984, is cramped and does not accommodate the current storage needs required by the inspectors, troopers, and maintenance staff. The existing pavement on the Menomonie SWEF site is showing extreme wear and tear and has undergone past spot repair and rehab in several locations. As a part of the project, the pavement on the entire site, ramps, and parking lot will be replaced. Lastly, the Dunn County area has a need for additional road salt storage capacity to safely maintain the Interstate 94 corridor during the winter months, so a storage shed will be built at the Menomonie SWEF. The Menomonie SWEF improvements will include renovating the existing SWEF building, adding accessory storage buildings, replacing the pavement in the parking lots and ramp/loop roadways, removing the existing automated truck traffic monitoring system along westbound Interstate 94 and replacing it with a virtual weigh station to monitor commercial motor vehicles approaching the SWEF along westbound Interstate 94. The road salt storage facility is planned to be located north of the existing SWEF building and parking lot, which will not impact the existing SWEF site operations and utilize unused space within the existing right-of-way. The road salt storage facility will be surrounded with a gated security fence. Looking at the project schedule, we completed 30% conceptual plans in March and are progressing towards submitting 60% preliminary plans in October. This is the stage where impacts are identified that are going to occur as a result of the proposed improvements and then documented and evaluated in the project's environmental document. Once the environmental document is approved and a right-of-way plat is recorded, real estate acquisitions can begin. Coordination with utilities regarding any potential conflicts and the resulting adjustments or relocations that will be necessary in order to construct the project also will start. Our final plans and bid documents are scheduled for delivery in February of 2022. Construction of the Hudson SWEF project is expected to start in 2022 and continue through 2023. Finally, the Menomonie SWEF project is expected to be constructed in 2024 once the Hudson SWEF improvements are completed to prevent both facilities from being out of service at the same time. We also want you to be aware that there is a webpage for this project on the Projects and Studies link within the WisDOT website as shown here. This webpage offers a description of the project location, overview of the proposed improvements, a link to a video explaining and showing the typical inspection process at a SWEF, the current project schedule, expected traffic impacts during construction, public involvement information, and project contacts. Also on the project webpage, along with this presentation and project information, you also will be able to find a comment form to use for asking any questions or sharing any comments and feedback with the project team. We ask that if you have any comments related to the project that you fill out one of these comment forms and have it returned to one of the project team members by September 11, 2020. Once again, here's the contact information for the project team. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact any of us directly or fill out a comment form and send it in. Thank you so much for watching our virtual public involvement meeting. We hope that you all have a great day.